If you want to hit the ball further and harder, stick around. I'm going to show you the best quick warm-up to stay healthy while playing golf, tennis, or pickleball. Hi, I'm Justin, Doctor of Physical Therapy and founder of The Active Adult. I'm here today to talk to you about a quick warm-up that you can do before playing any rotational sports such as pickleball, golf, or tennis. It's the season down here in Florida and people are flying down in huge numbers and they want to be active. Unfortunately, this is also the time of the year where we see our patients coming into our clinics with sprained shoulders, thrown out backs, torn Achilles, or even worse. It's important that you don't just go out there and start playing. You have to spend a little bit of time warming up. And how you warm up is super important. Back in the day, you used to just bend over and touch your toes, do 3 or 4 minutes of static stretching and get on your way. That's the worst thing you can do. What you don't want to do is aggressive static stretching before you play. Static means you're just still touching your toes or stretching your arm. You actually need to get out there and warm up a little bit, and you need to hit some key muscles that are the most common muscles that we see that are not prepared for activity that you end up tweaking and straining. Now this routine should be done immediately before playing. So don't do your warm-ups at home, drive 15 minutes to the course of the court, and then go play. For that reason, everything I'm going to show you today is going to be something you can do without getting down to the ground or using any special equipment. In fact, you can use a pole or a fence or even the side of your golf cart. Let's get started. The first warm-up we're going to do are leg swings. You want to find something stable like a fence post or a pole, and you want to kind of post up against it with the weight on your outside leg, because what you're going to do is start to move that inside leg back and forth. Start off kind of easy and the motion is just going to be back and forth. Right now I'm doing it on my own, nice and slow, but I'm going to start picking up the speed and starting to let my legs swing. I'm going to pick up the momentum a little bit to where now the weight of my leg is creating a quick stretch on my hip flexors in the front when my leg goes behind me, and the hamstrings in the back when my leg goes in front. You want to do this nice and easy, about 30 seconds. When you're done with 30 seconds, go ahead and stop, switch legs, and do the other side. The second warm-up I want to show you are hip circles. For the hip circles, we're going to work the rotators of your hip a little bit more. So again, you're going to post up against a fence or your golf cart or a pole, and you're going to pick the leg up in front of you and then open it up into external rotation, bring it back down and around kind of where you started, starting off a little bit small, kind of small circles. You should feel a nice burn after a few, but I don't want you to feel pain. If you feel pain or a pinch in your hip, get a little bit smaller circles. If not, go ahead and get those circles a little bit bigger and a little bit faster. Do this for about 15 or 30 seconds. Stop before 30 seconds if you start to feel a nice burn, and do the other side. Next warm-up I'm going to show you are heel toe raises. We see a ton of ankle injuries in tennis and pickleball because you're always moving laterally, stopping, going very quickly. So I'm going to turn sideways here so you can see me from both angles, but you're going to post up against a pole, hold on to something so you're steady, and you're going to go up and down from your toes to your heels. Just kind of rocking back and forth, lifting your toes up. Make sure when you're doing this, you're trying to limit the amount of sway that you have in your back. I don't want you to do this while you're doing it because you'll end up robbing Peter to pay Paul. We'll end up with a back injury here. You just want to kind of go straight up, straight down, on your toes for 30 seconds. Next one is called the open book. What happens when we're playing rotational sports is our lower back, lumbar spine gets hammered because our upper back or our thoracic spine gets stiff and our shoulder. So this next warm-up is going to show you how to loosen that up so that when you take the racket back or the club back, you're not using just your lower back to do that and injuring yourself in the process. So you want to find a pole or a golf cart or even a tree, post up against it, Stick your outside leg out in front of you. Get in a nice athletic kind of half lunge position. Put your hand on your head, and you're gonna kind of push into that pole and open up at the same time. What I'm getting is a rotational stretch from my upper back, and I'm gonna get a little bit of a stretch through my chest and my shoulder on both sides. You're gonna hold that for a second or two, then close the book. Open it again, stretch it for a second or two, and close the book. If for some reason it bothered your shoulder, then you could always keep your hand down, but I really like people to use their hand behind their head because, let's face it, when we're playing golf, playing tennis, we gotta be able to get that shoulder, that arm up over our head anyway. Make sure you switch legs, do both sides, repeat it about 10 times, should take you about 1 minute total. The last warm-up I'm gonna show you is called side stepping. We use our lateral muscles a lot when you play any kind of tennis, golf, or pickleball, and it's often something we don't warm up. So you're gonna warm up your hip abductors here, you're also gonna warm up your ankle stabilizers, and you're gonna do that by doing some lateral walking or side stepping. I'm gonna show you how to do it here. You're gonna get yourself down into a nice athletic position and walk laterally, kind of back and forth. It's okay if you don't have a large area here, you can just go back and forth. But if you did have a lot more room, you could just do maybe 2 or 3 rounds of 30 feet, just kind of going back and forth. If you're doing this correctly, you might start to feel a little fatigue or burn, kind of that good burn coming out of the sides of your hips. Once you learn these 5 exercises, it should only take you about 5 minutes or less to do them. Guys, I kept it simple on purpose because I know that right now you're not doing anything. And in fact, just doing something is going to drastically reduce your chances of getting injured. I do not want you to end up back in our clinic tweaked because you just went right back on the golf course or the pickleball court and started playing. If you liked these videos that we're putting together, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, because this is what allows us to put out high quality content 100% free to you every week. We want to help you get moving, keep moving, and living the life that you love. Until next time.